Alright guys, time to talk about Supernatural Season 4. So, my very brief reaction is that we got some of the best things that we've seen on the show yet, and some of the worst things that we've seen on the show. Because, the humor in this season was pretty good in some situations. We got some of the best character interactions, be it, sympathies for the, pardon me, haunted figures, I think that's the best thing to call them. Getting a total different type of, demons, and then also getting introduced to kind of, the other side of the equation, like the angels. I don't want to say society, angel system, but I think that's a neutral way to put it. Will reveal that this was actually kind of like a lot bigger war kind of than the previous seasons led us to believe. We get more action with Lilith, who I'll admit seemed to be a bit of a mystery for most of Season 3 because I just didn't get how the stuff with her started, although I don't know why I'm asking this because I'm not going to allow comments on this video. I will allow comments once I get to Season 5 though. But, we also got some bad stuff, because, okay, in this season, definitely, all the other characters, exploitation of flaws the Winchester brothers had is kind of annoying, but also, for once, the Winchester guys' explanation of how the other side sucks is also kind of annoying, even when whoever is accusing the other is actually correct in many situations, okay? Because a lot of what the angels, the demons, or the Winchester guys say in this season is true in this situation, because, what's her face? I forgot her name already. Anna, right? She does have a bit of a point in that, a couple of these angels really do need to think for themselves, because it seems like a lot of them, through most of the season, are saying, we need to stop Lucifer from rising to prevent these seals breaking. But at the end of the season, suddenly a lot of them are like, oh yeah, it was the plan all along. We want Lucifer to get out. What? What's the deal with that? And then it seems like a few of them, along with, Drat! The names for this season really escape me. The guy that freed Dean. Throughout the season, he's constantly going, well, I don't like this, but who am I to question his will? That's just something that I hate about some of the people that are religious, okay? They just seem to have a real lack of ability to think for themselves. Is it so hard to say your opinion rather than echo somebody else's opinion? Okay? Huh? I just hate that kind of thing. That's one reason I say that we get some of the worst in this season, okay? And then also, Ruby. I bet a lot of you want to hear my thoughts on her here. Okay. Now, I'll admit, I would do this Ruby over the other Ruby, let me tell you, but I really kind of hate the fact that they changed actors, because, now I know why they did it was budgetary reasons, but this Ruby just wasn't as good as the other Ruby, because, making her an older character, and the sense of that this isn't her body anymore, makes the I was human once factor just mean a lot less. And then also, like I said, the fact that she is older, it really does feel like she's making them look childish, even though, ironically, based on what I just said, you would think that I should have been complaining about her in Season 3, making them look childish. I don't know, in Season 3 it was good, here not so much. Okay? And then, this season also kind of, oh yeah, sorry, back to Ruby, there's one other thing I needed to say about her, and the way she went out in those last couple of episodes, and then her eventual death. Okay, now, I have no clue how else they could have ended her, but the way she went out, it just sucked, because, she helped them out so many times, she's trying to get them to, realize something, and then it turns out all she's trying to do is release Lucifer. That's it. I just thought it was dumb the way she went out. I mean, like, how else could they have done it? I have no idea, but... You know? What else is there? That gag about, like, Sam always, sleeping with the person that they're, always basically turning up against, once it actually turned into a recurring gag, I kind of got annoyed by that. Really, space it out, okay? I mean, like, the distance from Madison to Ruby, I'm okay with that, but then jumping it all the way to the doctor chick, And then having that person, write the novels about them. Now, don't get me wrong, that was one of the funnier episodes of the season, but it just seemed kind of unnecessary to have a character like that. And then going back to the Ghost Whispers people? I don't know. And then, getting back to what I was starting to say earlier, it seems like this season is kind of ignoring bits of continuity from the previous seasons because, well, I thought that this was kind of evident in Season 3, but it's even more evident here. What the heck happened to the demon army that they let out at the end of Season 2? It's not even mentioned. Oh, sure, in Season 3, they did mention, like the 7 deadly sins, which sounds like a group that would be locked up in that gate, because they did say that gate goes right to hell, so it stands to reason that they were one of the demons that got out when it burst, but why is that just not really any mention? Now, it can be argued that the demons that the Winchesters kill are the ones that were released, but it just doesn't get mentioned enough. And then, like with Sam's powers, it seems like only Ruby is talking about it, and that Bobby and Dean are like desperately trying to stop him, when in the previous season it seemed like they were perfectly fine with it. And like, if you knew about his powers the whole time, which it's obvious that that's what John told Dean in Season 2, why didn't you guys do anything about it before now? And then where the heck is Ellen and Joe? This is the second straight season that they don't appear or even get flippin' mentioned. Just, what's the deal? Huh? And it seems like this whole thing was a lot more than Yellow Eyes from the beginning, but it does a piss-poor job of explaining, like, how it ended up getting to be like that. And again, where the heck did Lilith come from? What did I miss? Huh? So I'll reinforce what I said at the beginning of this video. Some of the best stuff the show has done, and some of the worst stuff. Now, I'm not trying to say that the show going to a more complex story situation and having constant recurring characters and a much longer plot is not that bad, because like I've seen a show where they went from the mainly episodic plots to the more recurring cast and longer story arcs, Stargate Atlantis. Well, and let me tell you, that show really dropped the ball in a bad way in its 5th season, okay? This season is not as bad as that, but this definitely had the most flaws out of every season. Now, will I rate this pretty good on Amazon? Yeah, probably. Because, yeah, this was definitely interesting to watch, but definitely not as good a season of Supernatural, let me tell you. So do I hate this season? No. But I've got issues. Simple as that. It kind of sucks, though, because I don't really want to complain, but I feel like I kind of have to. But am I going to continue with the show? Absolutely, at least for the next season, because I've honestly been in a constant debate with myself if I want to continue watching the show after Season 5, because I've heard that, 1, the central storyline, which has now changed, concludes after Season 5, but also I've heard that the show after Season 5 goes downhill. We'll see, won't we?